All right, so today we are joined by Engineer Friday and Engineer Desmond. Now, the reason why we are joined by Engineer Friday today because Engineer Friday is very, very vast in this area. Like he's he knows the land around here because he's been building here for a while. So he knows a lot about the kind of land here. Because now the thing is that the land in this place is not your regular kind of land that you build. It's a land that requires special expertise to build here. We're in the Ibeju Lekki area, and if you know this area, it's a swamp. So I have been here. I have looked at the project. I've looked at the pictures and videos when they were raising the foundation to where it is now. And I have so many questions. So that's why Engineer Friday is also here with us today to basically answer some of these questions. So let me start with you, Engineer Friday. I want you to please just tell us about your experience in building in this particular area of Lagos, because this place is basically a swamp. And it's not just your regular swamp that you can just put like swamp that you can enter and it will cover somebody like me. So what is your experience in building around here?
Okay, thank you, sir. My experience is here since I've been working and been building around this place. The land, as you can see us here, even here we stand. We also build the same swamp area.
Yes.
You need to prepare well before you build house here. It requires a lot of things, process going through building. So here you can see this place we are in now. We sanfill everything.
Yes.
If you check around as you are coming, you still see that everywhere is swamp.
Yes, because I noticed when I went upstairs, when I was standing at the second floor, I was looking around. I noticed that every other land, even the land behind this one, is basically a very deep swamp. This one is just standing on top. So basically, you guys had to sandfill this very one we are standing in now.
Very well.
How many? Do you guys have any idea how many tippers of sand you had to put in to raise it to the point where it is?
Yes, we put no less than 50 trips here.
What?
Yes.
50
trips of
50 trips of sand?
Yes.
Just to fill this. How many plot of land is this?
This is about one and a half
plot.
1.5 plot.
Yes.
50 trips of sand?
Yes.
Ha!
At the time, so we have to start filling from the road, so to gain access to this place. Because even on this road, the street, like the access from the express, the express is just very close from here.
Yes.
From the access to the express, we have to even do some filling to give us access to
the land here.
So the 50 trip is just excluding the streets.
Excluding the outside, just inside the land here.
Yes.
So if we are going to add the street, how many would we have said how many trips would have entered?
Yeah, we will say like a 60 because the street has taken about 10.
Wow.
And we have not finished to the end. We just have to at least do some part that give us access.
Okay, so that the vehicles can come in and drop things.
Trucks and everything can come in.
Okay. Then now so basically, first of all, before we go ahead, let me ask you about this. What are we looking at here? What kind of house is this? Is this residential? Is it apartments? And all?
Okay. Thank you very much. What we have here is a residential, and it's an adjoining 4-bedroom duplex.
What does that mean, please?
Okay,
fine. In English.
Okay, good. What we have here is a two-story, a two-floor, a two-bedroom flat.
Okay, that's the side.
Yeah, by the side. Then the adjoining on this side is a 4-bedroom duplex.
Okay.
The duplex is the sense that you have the living room downstairs, you have the kitchen, you have one room, and then you have a stairways that take you upstairs. Of course, the living room have a toilet, of course, for convenience, and then you have a stairways that takes you upstairs. You know, just a duplex.
Okay.
You know, the duplex has these details. The rooms, the rooms are in suites. Of course, they have a lounge upstairs and has a massive master bedroom and other rooms.
Okay, so in other words, the landlord wants to occupy this side.
Well, yeah, that is always the intent. Okay. Like what we did in the other of our project. Yeah, that is the intent. But sometimes it may not turn out to be like that. So if the landlord chooses to give you that, just like this other side, it can also be for. It has its own price because trust me, this place is one of the eyebrow. This is where the development is coming through.
It's coming through in Lagos right now.
We are at
Ibeju Lekki, close to the refinery area.
Yeah, close to the refinery. This road leads to the refinery where we have the Lekki Expressway. Exactly.
Okay, so Engineer Monday, when you guys, first of all, the pictures you guys showed me when you were, Engineer Friday. Yeah. I'm sorry, there are your engineer, his name is Monday.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes.
So I usually miss him. So Engineer Friday, when you guys were digging the foundation here, or laying the foundation of this building, the pictures Engineer Desmond showed me, like of the entire process, the DPC, it's scary. Because I noticed that you guys had to, the DPC of this building, even though we are standing at the top now and it's taller than me.
That is the process.
So I want you guys to just enlighten us about this kind of process. Because normally, from where I come from, when we want to build a house now, we just dig foundation from here to there and just maybe do a small casting under and then start putting blocks up. But here, it's like you will have to even, the expertise to do the foundation alone is
take a lot.
It doesn't just take a lot. From what I have seen, it takes an expert to build in this place. Yes. So I want you guys, two of you, to basically starting from Engineer Friday, to walk me through the process of how you guys were able to raise the DPC with the challenge that this place is basically a swamp. And the DPC is even taller than me. So.
As you can see the building, when we start this place, we'll know what will pass through.
Okay.
We'll know what will pass through on the ground. Because the DPC, you can see the fence.
Yes.
When you check this fence, it's not the normal height.
Okay.
The DPC will have already come up from the down.
Yes, before it gets to the fence.
Before you get to this fence.
And I was also made to understand that this fence is like how many blocks down?
It's almost 10 down.
Okay.
It's almost 10.
Wow. Not really 10, like about 7 or close to 10.
7 close to 10.
Because there's also a raft. There's also a raft on the fence.
On the fence came up from.
Yes. And the raft on the fence has taken about 5 courses.
Wow. 5
heights. Like if you want to call about height, that is the height of
board.
Because a board. Like each board is block. So that's taking about 5 courses outside the base. It's all called base. That what I showed in the picture. There's all called base. So if you want to add that base, that has taken about 8. That's why I tell you almost 10.
Almost 10 blocks.
Because this place is completely swamp. So for you to achieve these things, you have to do that what we showed you and what you know about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys had to. Then did you guys do the raft before you did the sand filling, or was after the sand filling that you did the raft?
Yeah, when we came in here, because there's what we call in this kind of location and terrain. There's what we call target building. So we came in here during dry season.
Okay.
It was at the peak of dry
season where everywhere was dry.
It was very dry. So, but nevertheless, we had known the terrain.
Okay.
We know what the land entails because the soil test was done, and all the processes, just like my colleague just said, all the processes were all done. So now when we came in here, we came in at the peak of dry season. And then by then you are not going to be having much of the water.
Okay.
Yeah, but instead the ground will be muddy, in black. You're going to see them on the pictures I showed to you, the videos and all that you uploaded. And so it's muddy, and then it's not loamy soil is better than that. It's muddy and dry, kind of slippery soil. So at that peak, at that target time, which is not this kind of a season, we are able to achieve better.
Okay.
Because the water table has gone down.
Okay.
The water table has gone down. So we came. That was the time we started. As a matter of fact, this project started 2019.
Wow.
February 2019. But there were a lot of challenges and delays that delayed us. Else would have gone by now. This building would have been a livable apartment, which will come to that. Okay. So to answer your question, we came in at that time, target time, and then we started. So now to answer, we started from the depth floor. We didn't really, there's no excavation in this kind of place.
Okay.
You don't come here and do excavation, because when you excavate, you are going
to meet water.
So you are supposed to fill or do some. So we did some mile filling, blinding. We did some mile filling and preparation of the floor, and then we did our blinding, and then start our rafts. And the raft here is quite high, as you notice.
It's taller than me now.
Exactly, it's quite high. It's at my height, and at least I'm 6 feet tall, so it's at my height.
Wow.
Yes, that's what it is. Even the client was like, "Oh, my material says I'm doing it just so that we not have issues and all that." And he saw the reasons with me, so we did all that, and then so we did that when it was after we have started erecting the building that we now came in, and then we now contacted my colleague here, Engineer Friday. He came and then took over the filling.
The filling of the place.
Yeah, the filling of the place, and then he went through that process and That's where we are now. As a matter of fact, the depth here is, if you want to revisit the depth here, man, I think it's close to 1.5
meters.
Yes, the depth to the left, to the
for where you started filling it from.
Where we started filling it from.
Wow.
And that also being that, in course of building, there's what we call building rubbles, like what you have behind us here. These are rubbles that this thing will also be used to fill the compound. So in course of building, you'll always be having all these building rubbles materials that comes from the concrete.
So you also use
we keep using it. So we had used more of this. We had used more of this, and sometimes when we bring in our materials, sand, they were on the road, but at the time we were able to bring it inside the premises. Then when we are working, we will not take it all of it. Like if you bring 5 tonnage of sand, we end up using like 4.6 tonnage and leave the other one naturally, consciously, so that we can help take care of the place. Okay. So we had done all that before even the major filling that was handled by my colleague here Friday. So
guys, now what I want to ask you guys is, when it comes to this kind of erecting this kind of DPC, right? Are there special kind of rods that you guys use for this kind of DPC? Are the rods different from the ones you use to build a decking? Like, are there special kind of rods for this kind of building in this kind of area? Like maybe thicker rods or
Yes. The quality. First of all, you know that in building there is what we call drawing. It's a standard everywhere.
That's the architectural drawing of the house.
Exactly. And that architectural drawing will also open you to structural details.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. And don't forget that, first of all, soil test.
Okay, soil test. Then
soil test give birth to
the drawing. Oh, okay.
So you produce the drawing based on the soil test.
Based on the soil test. And the drawing will, based on the soil test, tell you the kind of materials to use.
So that's a thing. So, but like here, we the details here that normal 16 rod, but good quality. There's this rod called TMT or Universal. Those ones are good rods.
Okay. So what's the thickness that you guys will use?
The thickness is just the best. Now it's just the required thickness. It's the required thickness.
I thought that you guys used to have like maybe 5 millimeter. I'm not a builder. Yeah. So I'm asking for my colleagues that are laymen like me.
Yeah, when we call 16 has its own size.
Okay.
12 has its own size. 10 has its own size. 8 have its own size. Wire mesh have their own size, and they all have their roles and where they are applied to.
So that's what I'm asking now. That from help a layman, what will be used for this kind of
16 mm?
16 mm.
16 mm was used from the rafting on the runner, then mixed with 12 mm on some area, and the top runner, and then the middle runners, then the bottom runners were all 16 mm. The middle runners were 12, and all that. 10 mm was used for the rings at the foundation level.
Oh, okay.
And then taking it through the DPC level, we use 10 mm to do the matting.
Okay.
Then getting through the pillars, 16 mm continues with the pillars, the columns that came from the ground. And then getting to decking, the beam distribution, we use 16 mm. And then the tunnel beam, 16 mm. And then matting, 12 mm. Then this is one story. Then we got to the second decking for the second floor for the two floors. Same principle was applied.
Okay.
And they have their number of columns that should be, introduced.
Okay.
Because like I told you, we did that raft that you saw the height. That the height was so enormous and we used good 16 mm. And of course, the building is standing as you're seeing. This is since 2019. We will keep building. Though we had delay from one thing to the other. We were caught up by COVID. COVID came after 2019. What happened now? COVID came, and then we came again to after NSAS and so many delays that happened. But I think we are back to site. At least we are back to site to cover the roof and then start the finishing.
Okay, so I'm assuming that this was being built in a place that the land that is a normal land.
Yeah.
What will be like? Just give me estimatedly. What if, let's say, this building will cost you 20 million naira to build it in Enugu, where there is normal land?
Okay.
How much do you think it will cost you to build this same thing here in Ibeju Lekki, where it is complete water and swamp?
Okay, fine. If this building were to cost 20 million in Enugu, in this location it will cost 40 million.
Wow, that's twice the price.
Twice the price, because the reason is we are not just fighting the foundation alone. We are also fighting the compound filling.
Okay.
Like he mentioned earlier, 50 trips of sand is not.
It's not
even if it's
or let's say 60.
Even if it's 20,000 naira per trip, multiply by that number.
By 60.
So that gives you a whole lot of money. So we'll say almost twice the price. So if it is 20 million in the east, or where it's not only in the east that we have solid.
I know. I'm just using that as an example.
Some part of Ikorodu and the rest, or Abara, some other areas in Lagos have a good land that is not swampy. But now we are treating swamp here. Also have swamp in other states.
I know. Like we're talking about.
So the price will actually be like double. Yes, because of the preparation.
Because of the preparation that has to be made.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the most expensive material that has gone into this building?
The rods and cement.
Rods and cement.
That's the most expensive materials. Rod and cement.
Okay.
As always, it is everywhere, except for the finishing. As always, every building is a rod and the cement.
The cement.
Yes. If it is bungalow, I think it's a cement, because bungalow don't need more rods. But if it is
a story building or two
of any kind, it's a rod first and then the cement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that which is reinforcement. Yeah.
So, Engineer Friday, in this kind of place now, do you usually have, I'm asking you because you were the one that's unfilled here, do you usually have, like, can you look at a piece of land like this now and say, okay, I need maybe 60 tipas of sand that is going to fill it, or you usually just start filling until anywhere it gets to, and you say it's okay? No, do you understand my question?
I understand your question.
Okay.
One thing you know that, as you can see the environment, my engineer is here. He have already made the estimate.
Okay.
He will tell you what to do. And he will tell you how many things tipas.
So you know that what you and Engineer Desmond can just look at the place and people will just agree that 50 tipas of sand will be enough for to fill this place up.
Yes.
All right. Now another quick question. Don't you, since other people have around the other lands around, they've not filled, you guys are the only ones that have filled this place to this point.
Yes.
Are we going to, doesn't it have like a side effect on this particular land? Like the water might burst in through the fence, and then I don't know.
We're advantageous.
You have already pushed the water now.
Yes.
Oh, you guys have pushed the water to that side?
Yes.
By filling. By filling, we advantageous.
The way you are filling, the water is.
You have been chase the water away. Yes.
Okay.
The more you fill, the more you chase the water. And we are advantageous over them who have not filled yet.
Yes.
Okay.
And don't forget that we mentioned earlier that the fence also have a raft.
Okay.
The fence is not a block.
It's casted too.
It's casted till a very high level.
Okay.
As high as my height, the fence.
Okay.
So the building is higher than my height because of the load it's carrying. But the fence casting is as close to my chest. At least 4 meters casting.
Yes.
While the house is about my height. I'm 6.2. Now, so because of that, water penetration from the neighbors who are not filled yet cannot
come in here.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever we do is concise with us. So we are taking a perimeter and then fill off, and then water is being chased. So water is being depressed and chased to other areas. And water cannot come in because on the beneath we had raft a surrounding our fence. And water cannot also have a penetration to the foundation because the foundation is also rafted.
Okay.
Round, concreting.
Yeah.
And then it's also filled all round, and then the preparation.
So let's talk about the costing. I'm going to be asking you, I know you said you did this project around 2019. So it's important that you guys also know that
started 2019.
This project was started in 2019. And when did you stop?
We stopped last year.
That's 2022.
2022.
Fine.
We've been doing it milestone.
Okay, small.
But also, like I said, two things affected our delays.
NSAS, COVID-19 and all of that. Yeah. Okay, so just as Engineer Desmond has explained, it's important you guys know this. This project was started in 2019. Then COVID-19 came, there was a break. And then after that, there was NSAS. And so, in Nigeria, if you remember the NSAS protest. So all of those things actually delayed this project. And they took it to this level around and ended here around 2022. So whatever costing or pricing he is giving, it was for that time. So right now, if he says that this project, I don't know what he's going to tell us, but if he tells us that this project actually costs 50 million to do as of that time, you have to adjust for inflation in Nigeria right now, because then cement was about 2,000 plus, then it rose to about 4,000 naira, but now cement is selling for 5,000 naira and above. So you have to adjust for inflation. Some of these rods are selling for twice the price now. Some are selling for even 2.5 times the price. Some have gone up like 50%. You know, it's important we say this because some of you have said in other videos that we call these cheap prices because we are trying to get clients. That's not the case. This man is very busy. And if I tell you how many projects he's handling, so he's not looking for work. Even though if you have work, give him, he will take it. You understand? So
you're looking for work.
I know you are looking for work, but not like you are hungrily looking for work that you have to be lying to somebody
to get jobs.
To get jobs. That's what I'm trying to.
When you call us for your job, we give you the bill.
Yes.
We agree. You can compare our bill with
anywhere you want to.
Anybody else, and if it's favorable, we come. We provide you quality.
All right. So that aside, so I hope we're on the same page.
We are.
Okay. So now, engineer, I'm going to be asking you from bit by bit. Let's start with the sand filling of this place, which is, you say you guys used about 60 tippers, including the street, because you guys had to fill the street to come in. How much did you guys spend as of the time for the sand filling?
Okay, I think we spent close to 1 million naira for the sand filling.
For the sand filling alone?
Yes.
Okay.
Close to, or more.
Or more.
I would say we have spent 1 million naira for sand filling.
Okay, only sand filling?
Yes.
With the labors and everything.
That includes the labor and
the labor and...
Yeah, yes, you know. No, when we give a bill, that's the totality of it.
Okay, including the labor
and... There's always the labor and then of course. We spend about 1 million naira for the sand filling.
Okay.
Because I'm just talking about the inside here because the depth, you know, you saw the picture. But the outside, how we achieved the outside was when we came in here, access was a problem. So sometimes we have to drop our materials
on the road.
After the express, we drop our materials on the road there where you have the container, and then we will carry them. If you drop 50% of materials, we end up carrying and leave some 1% and thereabout just for our sake.
Okay,
to stable. So the next time when the truck will come, the truck will come further. That's how we're able. That's why I said at least we have spent about 10 trips. Even when we are bringing in granites, that is chippings. We also do same thing. Sometimes when we drop like 30 tons, we end up carrying 29 points and then naturally leave the order, because the truth is that after this project is finished, the residents of this project will use that same road to come
drive in and drive out.
So it's either you fix the road or you leave it. After the project, you will not know, you can't fly. You can't do fly and enter here. So we naturally did that. So if I say let's ignore that, because we also use it to construct, we have spent about 1 million naira filling this compound.
Okay. Then what about, let's also talk about the raft.
Yes.
That you guys did here. Yeah. How much did you guys spend on, if you guys can recall, how much did you guys spend on just the rafting alone of this project?
The rafting is a totality of it. The rafting, when we talk about rafting, it ends at DPC.
Okay, the raft up to the DPC. Or the foundation specifically.
Yes, the foundation.
Raising it up. Remember the DPC is up to my height and all of that.
Yes, that was achieved within 2 months.
Okay.
Though there was no delay. Or just because the process is a bit,
you have to wait for it.
You know, not really waiting, but the process wasn't. You know, I think we achieved that in less than 3 months. We spent about 60 million naira.
Wow!
For the rafting alone.
On this place.
Yes, because after the rods, the cement, the iron that goes in the rod, the cement, and all that. There's also a feeling that happens.
Sand filling again.
There's also a sand filling that happens.
We'll do sand filling again inside the rooms.
Yes, that's Friday. That's Friday specialty.
Yes, inside the rooms. You will do the sand filling again.
Wait, you still did you guys see sand fill the room?
Yes.
It looks funny.
But you sand fill the outside.
No. When we had demarcations, when there are demarcations for room, parlor, and the rest, those places become roomy inside. For example, now let me tell you, the way we have rooms, toilet, and all those segments, departmental, the way we have the departmental part of the house on the upper floor is how it is on the foundation.
Yes.
Foundation, whatever you have up here started from the foundation. It not just come. So those people were in compartment, the rooms, the parlor. So we have to feel each of it.
As you can see that raft.
Yes.
It's also how the feeling comes to
that height.
Oh wow.
So Friday has so much, because that is some specialty. That's no specialty.
Friday is part of your team now.
It's part, yes. Like, in my team, now I have different specialty. I have the electrical team. I have other engineers. Friday is here. I have the carpentry section. I have the tiling and other ones. You see the painters, all the team. We have them. So when it comes to, I don't join team with the other person, because you know why? Someone has to do what he knows how to do best.
Of course.
Like now, Friday is very competent when it comes to piling and sand filling. I almost omitted that part of the filling. He has to even deliberate more. Friday can even close his eye and tell you how many sand that went into the compartment in the filling. Or the filling, exactly. Because
and you can see that raft we started at this PC. That is how we filled everywhere.
Yes, till the brim.
To the brim.
Wow.
You can see.
Before we now cast the top. Inside of the house.
Inside of the room.
Inside of the whole house.
Before we get the floor.
Before the floor is casted.
That's at this point, buying land in Ibeju Lekki is not just buying land, though. It's the process of using the land, because it seems like you spend almost 5 times the money used in buying the land in trying to build on it.
But come to think of it, if it is where you're operating from, if it is your village, and somebody wants to, like I said, one of our videos in Port Harcourt, if it is your village,
of course,
and maybe you are given an inherited land, or if it is where you are operating from, your business is here. A lot of people you can see the sprinkling of.
Yeah, I know the refineries and the rest
exactly.
Of that. So okay, so you guys going back to what you said, you people spent about 16 million naira for just from the DPC to the raft to the in fact basically the foundation.
Yes.
The filling, even the rooms and all.
Yes.
Okay. Then another thing here again, I want to ask that you said consumes money most. Let's talk about the cement.
Okay.
How many bags of cement went into this project? As of the time,
we will not talk about. Cements are in trailers.
Okay, how many trailers of cement?
As at the time we have done this project, I think we have spent close to 1,000 bags of cement.
Wow!
Because each of the decking took 300, 250. The first decking took. The Martin, the DPC, and the first decking took about 350 bags of cement, and then the casting we did. The casting we did alone took more than 200. It's more than 1,000 bags of cement. Just because it was in milestone and all that milestone. So if you want to put everything together, we have used about 1,500 bags of cement.
Wow.
But we're buying it in trucks.
Okay.
We're buying it in trucks.
All right. And also not to forget the rods.
Yes, of course, the rod is bought in tonnage. In this kind of project, it is expedient and more economical.
To buy in
piecemeal. There's what we call tonnage.
Okay.
So we go to the tonnage has numbers, like the 12mm has numbers, which is about 93 thereabout. 12mm, 10mm has about 100 and thereabout 113 pieces. Though sometimes they reduce, one or two will come down. The wide 16mm is about 54. Some 52. So we bought them in tonnage. There was this kind of project. You don't buy one, you don't buy two. How many? So I would say that we have used the total tonnage we have used for 16mm here is about 10 tonnage of 16, and we have used about 20 tonnage for 12mm, and then we have used about 15 tonnage for 10mm, because the 10mm goes for the lintel round, and then the long span balcony we use 12mm, and then 8mm. The 8mm is always the minor, that's the smaller part of it. So we have used about 4 tonnage for 8mm because it helps to bind them together, the rings. And then binding wires, we've used more than 20 rows of binding wire.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So this in tonnage is not by pieces. Like we say, other project. How many rods have you? Say, we have used 40 rods, 30 rods. We bought them in tonnage.
Okay. So
the job was evaluated by tonnage.
Okay.
Yes.
So what about the amount? What in your eventually?
Yeah.
How much did you guys spend on just the rods, if you can remember, or over time? I know you said there were bricks and bricks and bricks.
Yeah, but they were not those time. That time is not just. I think it's this last year and this year that the cost of cement and all that went very far.
Very high. Okay.
At like 2021, 22, and the other year we started, it was still fair price. Okay. So then the tonnage of 16mm was about 180 something thousand, 200, and then 2 thereabout. So they were between 200, 220, 200, 180 and thereabout. So I would say we spend about 12 million naira for rods. As at then. 12 million naira for rods. We spent about 12 million.
Okay.
Yes, for rod.
All right.
For
So
each of their tonnage.
okay. So this is I don't want to break everything down section, but it will take too much time. But these are the most important things. We'll talk about the cement. Did you tell me how much you spent for the cement?
No, I said we've used about 1,500 bags of cement, and it came in trucks. So as at then, we started buying cement for 2.5. It went to 2.8, 3,000, 3.5. So I think we bought last 4.2 when we were doing the parapet last year. Sometimes last year, early last year, 4.2 and all that, 4.1, 4.2 and thereabout. So if I would say we will spend, we're giving a general price, we must have spent like 9 million naira for cement.
9 million naira for cement.
But because we did not mold blocks here.
Okay. You guys didn't mold this one?
Yes.
Like the other project?
Yes.
Because I know in other projects, people usually make your block.
No, we didn't mold it. This blocks is a special block. It was a special, not that we can also, but there was no time because number one, this
there was no
was
place
not friendly
to do it. Okay.
Yes, was not friendly at all to start molding. So we just have to start buying
outside
and be buying, and we just place order. We got a company who give us good blocks, and we place an order, and then we are delivering for us.
Okay,
but good quality blocks.
Good quality blocks.
Yeah.
All right. So eventually now, raising this particular project now from the foundation up to the carcass, like raising this carcass up.
Yeah.
This is what you guys call carcass, eh?
Yeah, this carcass.
Yes. So raising this carcass from
the roofing.
Yes. Okay, except the roofing.
No, the carcass includes roofing.
Okay, let's just say half carcass because there's
no. Just we have achieved 90%. Let's say 95 because the roofing is about 5%.
5% of it. Okay.
10%,
so raising this project from the DPC or whatever, let's just say from the foundation,
yes, from
all the way to where it is now.
Yeah.
I think what is remaining now is for you guys to do the roofing,
yes,
the finishing, then start putting windows, toilets, and plastering, and finish it up, and plumbing.
We've already done part of the plumbing, the piping.
Okay, I noticed that you guys have already done the pipes.
We've also done electrical conducting as well, except the wiring.
Okay.
So they are in stages.
Okay.
There are stages. We've done the first stage of electrical and plumbing.
Okay.
The first stages, because there are stages you cannot avoid. During the decking, you need to run. I will show you pictures on the decking work, how you see the way we run the pipes of the electrical and the plumbing. Because I know if you don't do it, then you cannot visit again.
Okay, because in your buildings, you usually do this thing where the pipes are buried inside the wall, so that everywhere becomes
like what
looks seamless.
The pipes are inside the walls. They are all inside the walls.
Okay.
Yes, it's not going to be visible as much as you know.
Okay. Yeah. So how much have you guys spent to take it to this point where it is now?
As at the time we took this building to this stage, we have spent about 65 million naira. 65 million. Yes.
And this was you ended in 2022.
2022.
So what do you think if we were to adjust for inflation right now? How much do you
extra 20 million naira?
Extra 20 million.
Yes.
So
the sand we're buying for 45,000, for 80,000, 75 is now 120,000. A truck of sand, and we use that. I told you the number we use in filling here.
Okay, so let's take that part again. That truck was making too much.
Okay, I said
sand.
It was spent like 60 or 55 million naira.
Okay.
At least 55 million naira to be well precise, as at my last check and record. Okay. We spent about 55 million naira for this project. But now, if it were to be now,
adjusting for inflation
we said extra 15 or 20 million.
Okay.
We go in. Yes.
So that let's just say extra 20 million, and we'll be looking at maybe 65 million naira.
That's like 85 million.
Oh, 85 million. Sorry, for today's.
Yes.
By today's inflation rate.
Because the sand that we were buying for 85 million.
85,000.
85,000. We started buying by 40. We started buying 45, 35, 85, 45, 80, 75, and there sand now is 120,000.
Per truck.
That's
the
size of truck. Truck has size. The double truck. That's the price now.
120K.
Yes. Wow. And then the chippings we were buying for 130,000 is now 300 and above 300, just like what?
It's 350.
350.
How much?
350.
350.
Wow.
And this is something we were buying for 130.
Yes.
As at 2019.
Yes. Oh more.
Yes.
Engineer don't cast too.
It's 350.
Jesus. 120 all the way to 350,000.
Yes.
Wow.
So these are the problems we are facing. You spend more money in this kind of place, and this is even better because, well, I won't say better because it depends on what individual wants and where you buy your land. This is also on the one side because we are not doing piling. Piling takes more money.
Okay, so if there was going to be a third floor on this, we would have done piling instead of
this.
Rafting.
We have done piling, and that would be maybe extra
money.
Extra 15 million.
Wow.
Yes, because piling has its own process, or even not more. Because the depth of drill is far.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, engineer. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
People have. Anytime I talk to you guys, I feel very, very educated.
It's a pleasure.
Because I ask questions like irregular person will ask. Because you guys will not understand what you are doing for people. Because a lot of people want to build and they don't really have ideas of how these things go. And I'm sure when they keep talking to you people, or when they keep watching these videos and hearing from the experts themselves, like you guys, they will really know what they should look out for when they want to build, and people will not be able to cheat them easily, right? So, Monday, Friday. Oh God, let's stop calling you Monday. Yeah, Friday.
He's a member of my team, so they are all
the same.
They are all the same. Monday, Friday, and all that.
Do you have Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yes.
We'll soon have.
It's all right. Thank you so much, sir. I'll see you guys. I hope the next project we are going to talk here, you should be there, because will also be needing your input.
You know that it depends on our location changes.
Yes.
But now that we are in Lagos, we always see him. Okay. Because by the grace of God, we are going to start a project that will require piling.
Okay.
And that is his specialty.
Okay.
So he will even be the one to deliberate more.
Okay. What to do?
Yeah, because he says that's his specialty. I do piling as well, but now, like I said,
there's nothing like specialization.
Specialization, and don't be greedy in your work. Don't assume to know too much to avoid problems. Yes, so don't assume to do what you don't know. The one you don't know, bring in those who knows and do it together. If you feel you want to know, you learn from that person. It will help you.
Very good.
You learn from that person, it will help you. Like he advised me that when we were doing a recording in the other of our projects close to Lekki Scheme 2, I told you about filling.
Yes.
And feeling that we don't use bad sand to do our filling. You can see this ground here. Are you not seeing white sand?
Yes.
This is the white sand. People use this one to build their houses as well. I don't know if you are correct. This very sand now that we are using, people use it to build their house.
Yes.
He's the one who advised this nature of filling, because it's more compacted. He was not telling me, guy, if you check the road construction, they use this kind of sand to fill. It holds compression.
Okay.
And yet it's working under me. So I didn't debunk that idea. When I bought it over, it helps, because any loophole you leave for a structure can cause a decay, and it can cause some problems. So when you are building in a swampy area, it's a special treatment because of building collapse. And Lagos State government are not even joking with those measures at all. You have to do the right thing.
Yes, of course.
So for you to excel. So, and anyone contacting us, we just give you an open market. This is what it costs. Then
and the prices are verifiable in
the market. You give us your drawing, or if you want us to design like we designed this, you did the design. So if you want us to design, we'll do it for you. Share it with your people then verify. If you say, okay, we're going to need 10 bags of cement, check how much 10 bags of cement is sold in the market and everything. Then provide your materials, we swing into action.
All right.
We have every team, and in every stages of work. Yes, we have every team.
It's all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Again.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Hope to talk to you people soon.
Thank you.